And staying in Washington, the Pentagon has released a video highlighting the bunker buster bombs used to strike Iran's nuclear sites. The video, released during a Thursday briefing by Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth and other military officials, show a test of 30,000-pound bombs designed to target deep underground facilities. Officials clarified that the footage was from a previous test and not from the actual strikes on Iran. Take a look. The Pentagon confirmed that the same type of munition that was used last week when B-2 stealth bombers hit 3 Iranian nuclear sites, Fordow, Natanz, and Isfahan. A total of 14 bunker buster bombs were dropped along with Navy-launched missile strikes on Isfahan. General Caine, chairman of the Joint Chief of Staff, explained how the weapons were used. The bombs targeted ventilation shafts at Fordow with successive strikes to penetrate concrete caps and reach the underground mission space where centrifuges were located.
Unlike a normal surface bomb, you won't see an impact crater because they're designed to deeply bury and then function. I know there's been a lot of questions about that. All 6 weapons at each vent at Fordow went exactly where they were intended to go.
At the briefing, Hegseth and Caine also sought to shift the debate from whether the targets were obliterated, as President Trump has said, to what they described as the heroism and precision of the strikes themselves.
This was an historically successful attack, and we should celebrate it as Americans, and it gives us a chance to have peace, chance to have a deal, and an opportunity to prevent a nuclear Iran, which is something President Trump talked about for 20 years.
The briefing followed growing questions over the effectiveness of the strikes after a leaked preliminary defense intelligence report suggested Iran's nuclear program may have only been set back by months and that the operation may not have destroyed the core underground facilities. Hegseth rejected that assessment, calling it incomplete and criticizing the media for focusing on scandals.
We're here this morning because in hunting for scandals all the time, in trying to find wedges and spin stories, this press corps and the press corps miss historic moments. There are so many aspects of what our brave men and women did that because of the hatred of this press corps are undermined because people are trying to leak and spin that it wasn't successful. It's irresponsible.
On questions about whether Iran moved enriched uranium before the strikes, Hegseth said he was not aware of any intelligence suggesting that materials were in fact moved or missing. Meanwhile, the White House backed Hegseth's position and said the Federal Bureau of Investigation is now probing the leak of the confidential report. In addition, CIA Director John Ratcliffe, Secretary Hegseth, Secretary of State Marco Rubio, and General Caine held a classified briefing for all 100 senators. But post-briefing, lawmakers remain divided. Some Republican senators, including Tom Cotton, praised the strikes.
Without any classified information whatsoever, I think it's safe to say that we have struck a major blow alongside our friends in Israel against Iran's nuclear program that is going to make America safer, our friends in the region safer, and protect the world from the risk of an Iranian nuclear weapon for years.
But Democratic senators such as Chris Murphy expressed concern about the long-term impact and the lack of a final battle damage assessment.
To me, it still appears that we have only set back the Iranian nuclear program by a handful of months. There's no doubt there was damage done to the program, but the allegations that we have obliterated their program just don't seem to stand up to reason.
Meanwhile, then Iran's Supreme Leader Ayatollah Khamenei, in his first televised remarks since the ceasefire, said the U.S. failed to achieve its goal. Khamenei also warned that Iran could strike American bases in the region if future attacks occur.
They attacked our nuclear facilities, which is, of course, subject to independent prosecution in international courts, but they were not able to achieve anything significant. The President of the United States made an unusual exaggeration in describing what had happened. It became clear that he needed this exaggeration. Anyone who heard those words understood that beneath the surface of those remarks, there was another underlying truth.
As the debate continues in Washington over the effectiveness and legality of the strikes, President Trump has indicated the United States could strike again if Iran rebuilds its nuclear enrichment program. What happens next, only time will tell.
Firstpost now available in 9 languages on YouTube. English,
$36 trillion.
French,
Le FMI, comme
German,
Geschäftsführenden Direktor,
Hindi,
$30 trillion kakarjo.
Indonesian,
Pemerintah tanpa pemeriksaan.
Italian,
Kali radikali.
Japanese,
4 兆ドル以上も
Portuguese,
por causa do próprio balanço patrimonial.
Spanish.
Beautiful bill.
Go to Settings, click on Audio Track and select the language of your choice. Be the first to know what's happening around you in your first language. Firstpost.